I'm a blood
Welcome to
wizard.
another episode.
Have you thought about how to make a guided missile in 5e?
I've heard of
So I'm going to be playing as
some
Triton
methods.
Paladin.
So I was thinking about it. What if you captured a fire elemental and you gave it the suggestion that somebody that you didn't like was the one that captured them, and that they want to kill that person?
So basically, like CIA mind controlling a fire elemental after abducting them and turning them into a living missile.
Yes.
I mean, I could see the efficacy of such a procedure, but how and why?
Just thinking about things out of boredom.
Let's
So
turn
my
this
thought is
fire
you
genasi
summon them,
into a grenade.
you contain them in the rocket body, and then with the sighting reticule, you zoom in on the your target on there, and the trigger is actually a glyph trigger for the suggestion spell to whatever you're looking at through the targeting reticule. That's who supposedly imprisoned them, and then you release them. So I guess it's more of a more more of a bazooka.
More of a twisted bazooka. Why? That sounds like something more to discuss with an artificer than a wizard.
That's true. See, I'm old school. I still haven't wrapped my head around the whole artificer thing.
Mm. I mean, I do personally like how Pathfinder runs them as they're purely technological, but they just kind of hack their way into magical effects. Because they don't, at least for Pathfinder, they don't even count as a spellcaster themselves. You have an amount of doodads that you can put an amount of spells onto, dependent on your uh, spellcraft skill, effectively, and this can result in it's thunder, bear. It's called thunder. It's okay. It's okay. Go back to bed, please.
See that sounds like the uh the barbarian for the other game, for Brett's game. I was gonna play a barbarian that thought he was a wizard. I had like a whole list of spells for him to do from just like regular stuff. Although, you know, things like the sleep spell, that was just punching somebody in the face real hard. But
It's something like that. Except these are weird because they're effectively allowed to look like any technology you can describe them as, but you could have it be like, yeah, so this thing sends out lightning bolts that then shatter everything within, yeah. And the only real constraint is how dangerous are you willing to make one pull of the trigger of this thing?
nope.
And you are technically limited to only up to, I think, level 3 spells, but there isn't necessarily a limit on how many of them you can store on one thing.
Oh wow.
Again, presupposing that you don't want it to just explode when you pull the trigger. It'll still do what you want it to do. It'll just immediately become useless after the fact. So like there's kind of a play on how much you want it to do versus how often you want to be able to use it versus how safe you want it to actually be. Because like if you just have one thing that just lets you do lightning bolt, uh, based on the game's calculations to how many times you should be able to use it in a day, it'll be like 11 times a day. You can just have it do a basic tiny thunderbolt that'll be at a really low DC. and that'll be relatively easy for most like high tier enemies to avoid. But if you're targeting a bunch of goblins or kobolds, you're probably going to zap them into next Tuesday. And then after you get over the daily limit, you can probably use it like 3 more times without it immediately exploding in your hand. If you have something that does like 12 things, you'll maybe be able to use it 4 times a day for free, and the next time you pull the trigger, it probably turns into a nuke.
Cool.
Which that can be very dangerous for you if you don't have a ridiculously high evasion
Sorry, guys.
ability.
Oh, you're good.
How are you doing?
Or-
Doing okay. There's a big storm, and we were kind of. Well, my family and I went out for dinner actually, and I thought we would be done.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Y'all
Yeah.
good. Y'all good.
And then I got stuck at every single red light on the way home.
Tends to happen.
Fun.
Yep.
Here with Spyro,
Keto.
Hey,
a
Thomas
little
says hi.
orange maniac.
I finally dialed in my air fryer pork chop cooking times, so that was pretty tasty for my dinner.
Nice.
It's a secret trick with air fryers is 350 for which is about everything.
Oh yeah.
See, I
There's
did
so many things you
did
can
my
put
pork
in
chop
zap
actually.
settings. That's beautiful.
My pork chop at 400 for 4 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other. It came out perfect.
All right, so you guys ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you've probably been ready for a long time. Sorry.
oh, you're good.
So I was gonna leave it up to you guys. You have this like weird object, and you were told you might be able to find out more about it at somewhere in Doomspace.
Right. Yeah, so we
Where do you? But you guys can go pretty much wherever.
yeah we found a Spelljammer in town, and I think I asked the captain about base and what that, and then a couple of systems base that we.
Yeah.
I mean,
Effectively said that he could take us to like the outer rim of it, but he wouldn't take us any further in.
Because most people wouldn't really go there because it's like literally there's a black hole where the sun should be. So
Yeah.
no one really wants to be there.
There's a proactive reason they don't want to kind of chill there. This is valid.
outer room's fine with me.
Oh.
Journey like
In absolutely
Alright.
fun news, Jackie is a full-fledged blood wizard now, so that's nice.
Well, Bob wants to be a pirate, so he wants to learn how to pilot the ship. So he's going to try to hang around the helm and figure out how that works.
I'd
So
be
just to be
studying the
just
weird box with the help of my familiar.
so for Bob, are you gonna be hanging around the Spelljammer or the person who's kind of like steering? Is it there's somebody who kind of like fuels the ship with their magic, but there's also somebody needs to be someone on deck that's like, hey, turn left.
Yeah,
and
the guy
turns
that
left.
fuels the ship. That's who he's hanging. That's who he's trying to figure out what they're doing.
fueling the ship.
Okay.
What are you doing? Trying to concentrate. Why?
That's basically what's happening now.
That's
So
what you
yeah,
doing. What you doing?
Hmm. So, traveling through, I'm using the newer lore for this because I there are actually like 5th edition rules for how travel like this works, but technically you go through the astral. In older editions, it was some other weird kind of dimension. I don't
So
remember
we're
what
not
it was
doing
called.
the phlogiston or the flow, none of that.
Yeah, the flow. That's what they called it. But yeah, I don't know a lot of the mechanics of how that works, so I'm just going with the astral for now because yeah.
Hmm. I'm used to this place.
Yeah, you are. So, yeah, you're used to it and you I love how Bob's face changes every time.
That's what he's doing. That's how he's looking at the guy who's powering the ship. I found
I love it.
facial expressions, so I can do this.
All right. So, yeah, as you travel, Jackie was looking at the box, right? Well, box
Yeah.
is a strong word.
Yeah.
It's a thing that
Strong term
opens,
for
but it
it.
doesn't really look like a box.
Weird
The
diamond
whatever
thing.
you guys want to call it. I've been calling it the Sims crystal because it
PlayStation
looks like the
2
diamonds that are
icon.
above Sims' heads. That's what I've been calling it
The sim
because I didn't
icon.
really name it because it doesn't really have a name. So I've just been calling it that in my head. It's just a creepy thing
Hmm.
that you guys now have.
Would you want me to roll a Arcana for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll be having the help of my my crow if I need it. I don't think I will. Okay, yeah, no, I'm taking the 16. Okay, so 16. That'll be 22.
Hmm.
I'll be just kind of pondering it as Luli is just kind of observing it from other sides, and I'm not currently looking at it.
Pondering the box. It's like the
Ponder it.
pondering the orb thing.
Ponder my
Quadrilateral.
orb. And I'm just kind of looking at like this the symbols and trying to deduct what they might mean. Considering that like we
Hmm.
told at least that this thing is some form of a map.
That is could be what it is, but you might have to open it to figure out where
True.
exactly it leads. But it's either a map or it's some kind of weird book.
So Kwasik did say that
One
there
of the
was 3 forms of it.
Yeah, basically, yeah, kind of has 3 forms. The form it's in now, the one where it'll like let you understand it, and the one that blows up. So don't
Well, if
just
I learn
try
how
to
to
pry it
open it, there's
open, or
only one
it
way.
might
Yeah.
explode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kwasik did
I'm
say.
trying to learn how to
Kwasik did
open it
say it will
correctly
lead the
from
way.
see if I can glean any information off of it, but I don't want to like I don't want to
Yeah,
activate
you're just
anything. I
trying to
just want to
read
be
it.
kind of like
That
basically
won't make
read
it
it.
do anything dangerous. Like trying to hit it with a fireball might. So
Yeah, no,
Bob,
I just want
no
to
blowing things
understand
up.
the thing.
Bob is not allowed to blow this thing up. That will make it explode even more.
but
It'll
but
explode
that's
even
what
harder.
Bob does.
Bob just makes things explode. That's kind of concerning. You have a pyromaniac ooze. So, yeah. You can kind of guess from looking at it, it does have something inside of it, and it doesn't really make any noise, like if you were to shake it or anything. But it's very light, so you can, yeah, I'll just say it's probably either from what you know now. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, sorry.
No,
I don't want to
you're
give you
good.
all of it all at once. It's probably
no,
either
you're
a
fine.
map or some kind of weird book.
Yeah.
That would have to be a really weird book, because even a
Mm.
mind flayer doesn't know how to open it. But then again, Kasich is kind of alone.
Someone's journal ain't no
So
one want to see the inside of.
He's psychic, not magical.
all right.
I mean, it
So
might be magical. That'd be concerning.
oh,
However,
I'm kind of annoyed. I forgot to make a thing on Roll20 for this.
what part?
But yeah, you guys are, well, the bandits was supposed to be your first combat, but you guys were just like, nah, we don't
Oops.
want that.
Yeah, you
It's like
So
imagine
yeah.
someone's first day, it's like, are we supposed to stop them? That was not
What?
ready for confrontation.
I didn't really hear that.
The man was ready for confrontation.
Yeah. So okay. You see, as you're going through the astral, you kind of like, hold on, let me check something. Forgot to grab my stuff. I literally just got home. Books. In my dice.
Oh, yeah, I have another one.
So this might go really badly or really well. I'm not sure.
50-50.
Where is it? There we go.
Oh, sorry about that.
Mm-mm. So, yeah, as you travel, you see, well, there are a bunch of, it almost as if like you're kind of, it's not really an asteroid field, it's more like a crystal field, kind of off to the side that they have to kind of steer around. It's like almost as if some kind of like giant crystal, like the size of a moon, were to just shatter. So something clearly happened here.
Something
But-
highly problematic.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty. How close are the crystals to
Yeah,
the ship?
How can't you stretch out like 10 feet?
I can only stretch out 10 feet, but Mage Hand can go out a little bit further. I think 30.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, you can
I'll
probably
be right
grab one if you want.
Cool. I'm gonna start like grabbing crystals and trying to find a place to put them where I can get at them later. Sticking
So
them
now
onto the
Bob has
crystal.
flasks of oil, a whole bunch of gold, and now pieces of random space crystals inside of him.
Oh god.
Yes.
Very much not concerning.
Not at all. Does this ship have a minor helm or just one helm?
Just one helm. So you would probably, once you heard about the crystals, probably just left the helm and just like, I'm gonna go grab some crystals now.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna see if one more thing and then the planned thing.
Okay.
So is there like air around the
Yeah.
ship? Okay.
Yeah.
That's like
Why?
a bubble air around the.
Yeah, I was just because I didn't want to make trouble for other people moving in and out of an airlock or something like that.
Yeah, there's an air bubble around the ship.
Okay.
It's gonna be kind of interesting.
Boy.
I'm putting the crystals in my inventory as space crystals.
Yeah. Space crystals. I mean, that's technically what they are. So, yeah. Anyone else doing anything with the crystals?
I mean, I've got like. There's nothing really I can do. Have really anything like. I don't think he.
What area right now? This is like void space, or what do we call it? Sorry, I haven't actually gone in. I haven't, even though I've been in Spelljammer campaigns before, I've never actually left the planet before.
It's called the Astral Sea, or if you're just in space, it's called Wild Space. Wild space is basically space around worlds. Astral Sea is kind of the astral plane that's in between the worlds.
Okay.
So to get from one world to another, you have to go through the Astral Sea. But yeah, I probably did skip over a little bit you guys being in wild space, but
I'm going to say I collected 5 of these space crystals.
all right.
Now I'm going to go back to trying to talk the helms guy into letting me sit on the helm for a little while.
I know you're probably gonna be able to succeed, but I kind of want you to roll persuasion because I know you have crazy charisma.
All right, well, let's see how I do here. Well, 7 plus 7 is 14, so 14. Is that enough?
Mm,
There we go.
I don't know. Probably not because yeah, this is this guy's job and you're just some random passenger like, "Hey, can I steer for a bit?" And it's like, "I don't know you. I don't know how good you are at this. I don't know if you're going to if you're going to purposefully go somewhere weird. I don't know." Like
Yeah.
so yeah, not with that. Sorry.
Say, don't worry. I don't know how good I am either, and I promise I won't purposefully do anything. But at least I'm cute enough that he's gonna let me hang around.
Yeah. You can still hang around, you just can't drive.
You can be there, just no driving.
Mm. So okay, sorry. So um you see in the actually I'm not I'll have you guys roll perception then. Just might want to have you guys roll for a little more. Instead of just giving stuff to you, I'll have you guys roll for it.
All right, so we're definitely gonna go with my passive on that at 11.
Check my. I'd have to check.
Yeah, Bob's just fascinated with the helm.
I got 15 on my perception.
Okay, I got a 14.
14, 11. And what did the other two get?
Yeah, 11 is just my passive. My actual roll was a 4.
I have
Oh.
Would my familiar get a chance to perceive this as well?
Sure.
Gotcha. My familiar is not paying much more attention than me with a 12.
So yeah, it's not super hard to I mean, it's kind of hard to miss. So
So the higher rolling people see it first.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
What do we do?
It was kind of a giant jellyfish like creature. It's called actually you wouldn't know what it's called,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's called a giant jellyfish-like creature.
Yeah.
Well, that would definitely intrigue me because does it look like kind of like it's a sea dwelling organism? Does it look like that?
Yeah.
I would attempt to use my
Yeah, it kinda
I would
does.
attempt to use my emissary if I could communicate with it.
All right. what do you say?
I'm just gonna say like a greeting, like a standard Triton greeting, like if I were to make myself known. Be hello, I'm so and so. Thank you for allowing me to. That sort of thing.
So it looks kind of like a jellyfish, but it doesn't seem to respond
Okay.
in any way.
That would be strange for me. I'm like, normally I can talk to jellyfish.
Oh, need someone to talk to jellyfish?
I
Yeah,
can
he's
if
trying
I
to
want
talk to jellyfish.
I was trying to talk to it.
Like I said, because I can cast beast.
No, that's okay. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to see if it were similar to the sea, because I know we're on a ship and things like that. So
Okay.
it's kind of like, I'm at home, but these creatures are just. So I can't normally, what I would normally
That
live
and
with.
it's kind of like almost as big as the whole ship.
Oh wow. Get a feeling of hostility from it, or is it just going about its
Um, it's kind of going about its business, but as it kind of gets a little closer, and you see there's actually a person kind of standing
business?
inside the bell, and like not quite staring you down, but there's kind of like a curious look on their face as you kind of like draw up next to the
How
jellyfish creature.
how close are we to that?
Close enough you can see the person, but it's not really like I don't think the air bubbles overlap.
What I'm saying, is it like 60 feet? Is it 100 feet? How far?
Probably 100, maybe.
Well, if the creature can see, since I was already talking to, I'll kind of just give him like a salute, respect, like, hey, how's it going, guy? Or something.
Okay.
And just
Hello,
trying to
spaceman.
again trying to portray that we're just travelers traveling through, not.
Mhm. So they kind of give you a little like half bow back. They don't try to say anything, and unless if you try to like ask to like stop the ship or anything, it's just gonna probably go right by.
What does the beast look
Just
like?
clearly clearly they're going somewhere. So yeah, kind of like almost like a kind of pale, almost like a pale blue skin color. Yeah, and pale, very pale blue, but kind of like a darker blue with purple kind of hair that seems to be like floating, like almost as if they were underwater, kind of floating.
So blue hair too?
Dressed very nicely.
Male,
Yeah,
male or female?
you can't really tell.
So I'm gonna
Doesn't really look like it's either.
ask the captain if he's ever seen, or the helmsman, whoever's
Um,
by.
hmm. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I will roll. See,
Are we kind
I
of
will
close to our
roll to
destination, or we still have some?
info dump. What?
Are we close to our destination, or do we still have some time to get?
Still have some time. Yeah. I just gotta roll before I info dump on you guys.
Oh, you're good.
All right. So he tells you that. Oh man, how do you pronounce it? Rhaegar, I think. And usually they live for two reasons: make art and wage war. This one doesn't seem interested in attacking you.
I mean, if it tells us that make art or whatever, I'm not going to want to. Or we've set our people try and turn south. That will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhaegar. The
All
name
right.
is the Rhaegar name. The name.
That's the name of the person inside. The
Person.
creature is called an aesthetic.
Wait.
Like aesthetic, but without the A. They're kind of like, they're like, kind of like living ships almost for the Rhaegar.
Ah, Moya. Have never seen Farscape. Highly recommend. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna
All right.
Rhaegar do his. He may know something about the device, but worth the risk.
All right.
Steady on, Captain.
So, all right. So next, you do eventually kind of like when you transition out of the astral sea into wild space, it's kind of like a weird shift. Like it's more like a gradual thing than like an instant thing. Almost as if you're going through some kind of gate that was invisible before. And it doesn't take long after you do before there's another ship approaching.
Are they coming towards us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the.
Was somebody else coming?
Yeah, someone else is coming.
I'm gonna ask the helmsman. Approached often. There's a ship coming.
Not usually.
Where are they?
As
Ooh, is it
far in wild
pirates?
space.
Where are they coming
What?
from? Are they coming from the front of the ship, or are they coming from the sides? From the...
Kind of from the back.
So I'm gonna get.
Is it pirates? I hope it's pirates. I want to
What
meet a
did-
pirate.
Probably pirates, Bob. So I'm gonna go up.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to the back of the ship, probably behind where the helm is. I'm just gonna kind of figure out and take a look. If I could see sort of like flag or indication of what their intention.
All right. Roll perception then.
Uh, 7. 7, 8.
8.
Yeah.
There is clearly some kind of a flag, but you can't really see any details of it from this distance.
Are they gaining on us pretty quickly, or are they slowly coming up to us?
Kind of slowly coming up to you. Like, not really. Like, it does seem like they are trying, but their ship is about the same speed as yours, so there's not that much of a difference. Hey, cut that out.
Well, I'm gonna walk up to
Don't
walk
eat
up
that.
to the helm, ask him if like max speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have no more speed.
So you guys are in Spyro, I need you to not. The cat's like very interested in all my books. Okay.
All right, well, and I'm gonna go back to where I was in the back of the ship and just kind of watch as approach. I have nothing else.
All right.
Bob is deeply regretting failing to get an eye patch before we left port.
Bob, you literally only have one eye, sir. How are you gonna see?
I don't know. I'll figure that out.
I mean, putting an eye patch over a section of your body would be.
Okay, I'll put it to the side of my eye. There we go.
I bet if you talk to one of these crew members, they'll have an eye.
Ooh, good idea.
Probably not big enough for his eye.
That's
Then
fine.
it would also just look kind of weird if he just has an eye patch over nothing.
That's fine. That's Bob.
It is Bob. Yeah, it is Bob.
So Bob's gonna have an eye patch for a human-sized eye off to one side. They'll say the right side of his regular seeing eye.
Hey, Bob, you look like a pirate. Wonderful.
Nice.
Arg.
Would there be a commotion due to the other ship approaching or no?
A what?
Would there be kind of like would there be like a lot of activity on the ship because of the approaching vessel or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That'd definitely be enough to draw me out of the fucking head I'm researching this thing in.
I'm looking for a stick-like object that I can use to be a pretend sword.
I don't know if there would just be random stick lying around on a
I'd be
ship.
a mop. A mop or a broom.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, I will grab a mop.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I will go out on the
That's
deck with
great.
my eye patch and my sword, my mop sword, and be ready to face the pirates.
Technically,
And Bob's already
mop,
decided they're pirates.
technically a mop or broom. I would take that. Same thing.
So, what's your move? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Actually,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see. I've got nothing.
Yep.
yeah, because basically your ship is slower by only a little bit, so they will catch up to you. But do you want to stand and fight, or do you want to keep trying to? Or you might turn quicker, or just try to get away another way, or try to, I don't know, throw fireballs at them to slow them down.
Well, turning
What's going on?
probably will slow it. Yes, I mean,
What's happening?
It is
I'm
a
all
little
about
bit, yeah.
I'm all about standing.
But you could also just throw flaming oil flasks behind you at the other ship.
That's what
Are you
I'm
running
gonna
from
do that, but
something?
I'm waiting for them to do something first. I'm not gonna start, throwing flaming oil flasks at somebody who's just, like behind us. It's not illegal to be looking up our skirts,
Uh,
What's going on?
Got a ship. We got a ship
Bob's looking
following
up
us.
people's skirts.
Do we make 4 right turns?
right.
That would bring.
Yeah. Yes.
We're gonna try and get behind them. Is that
It-
what you're saying?
That or confirm that they're following us.
Let's have the helmsman turn.
Yeah, and I'm on the deck
So how
watching
much
them.
you want to turn like all the way around so you're behind them?
Effectively
Is that what
making
you're aiming for?
4 right turns. Effectively, either we'll end up right behind them, or they'll figure out they're following us. But I said we'll do them a little bit more broad, so we're not like just doing a 180 immediately.
Well, I mean, with
Okay.
ship battle, you're best bet side by side too. You're right, Mike. Follow us. I think turning is okay.
Remember, 3 rights make a left.
Yes.
There are actually people.
That would be UPS drivers by policy.
Yeah, by policy. Spectrum was the same.
Fine.
Rather have us turn right. Like with no.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna turn and try and see.
So yeah, if you try to turn around, hmm. Probably will also turn, but more to match your turning instead of just like trying to avoid you guys.
So they're matching.
I'm trying to picture that in my head. Yeah.
I roll cast fog cloud.
How far away are they at this point?
Hold on a second. Pretty far, actually.
Over 100 feet.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, we just got.
Yeah, my longest range belt.
We gotta wait till they get close.
Yep.
I'd say.
Are there any Would there be any like really long range weapons on the ship?
Yep.
Probably.
Like, would there be anyone trying to like currently operate those?
Okay.
On our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, like would there be
Yeah,
a
you have
crewmate
some.
assigned to that somewhere?
The way I kind of did it, because I wasn't like Allie had a point about fire in space, so I would just like, you know what, magic cannons.
Magic cannon.
Yeah, there actually is one
Force
called an
damage.
accelerator. That anything like it's like a tube. Anything you put into the tube gets launched out of it. I was just reading about that.
Anything in the tube.
Could be a cannonball.
Thinking
Could
about
be a
launching
fork.
Bob.
Could be a bob. Anything.
Could be a bob.
Are you thinking about launching Bob outside of a
so
cannon?
Here's okay. So I have
It would be
I have
funny.
about 13% of a plan. Let's get them close
Is it
enough.
launching Bob?
Let's get them close enough to about 100 feet. I can cast fog cloud around the. Since I cast fog cloud, I'll have our helmsman cut at 180 degrees. Turn around. So that we're broadside on them. Hold Bob in the over to the other. Or we just fight them. Whatever Bob wants to do.
If you
I was
shoot
gonna
Bob
say-
over to the other ship, how is he gonna get back?
How?
Eh. That doesn't happen to be air in the
We're just gonna.
astral
You
sea.
could just
is
Star
there?
Wars it. Somehow Bob returns.
You're assuming they don't have accelerators.
He
Somehow
mage hand
Bob
drags
returns.
himself back to the ship.
Because if
Stuff
there is
yourself into another
breathable
No,
air,
you
I
tie
could try
Bob
to.
to.
I could
No,
try
you
to turn
tie
into a
Bob
freak
to a
beast and
rope.
fly him back.
Actually,
Yeah,
you
we
can't
could probably-
tie Bob to a rope.
No,
It would
Bob-
just go right through him.
Bob would go. Bob. Well, if they're following
What?
us, we have to get the advantage. Got a fog cloud.
I do have a silly idea. What's the range on hold person?
Range on what?
Hold person. It'd be very hard for a helpman to steer a ship while he's paralyzed.
Well, I wanted to know if there was like a
60 feet. We'd have to get pretty close.
ballista of
Gotta be
some sort
close.
on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 ballista, and there are
Oh,
a few
wonderful.
of those accelerator things. I'll have to find a different name, but because it's still supposed to be somewhat D&D, and I
The
don't know if they would use
bludgeonator.
accelerate
Bludgeonator.
launch.
The
Yeah.
boomstick.
No, that's
Oh,
actually the
shoot.
D&D
Use
name
my
for it.
boomstick. Well, me, I'm all
I'll have
about.
to show you guys a
Mighty
picture
boob.
of the bombard. That's the ship is the ship called a bombard is basically just a giant cannon. The ship is a cannon.
Nice.
like a real
Built
life
by hippo
warthog.
people who love guns.
The hippo people who love guns. I love these hippo people.
Okay, so we can't. Can we get them close to 100 feet? When they get to 100 feet,
Yeah.
can we kind of make out?
But once
Well,
But
I wanted
once
to
you
ask,
get
what's the
within-
range on the ballistas?
that's the thing. The ballista is 180 with 120 with a long range of 480. So they'll start
I
shooting at
can do something
you guys,
about
and you'll
that.
start shooting back before you get within 100 feet.
Okay, what can you?
I can do something about the ballistas. Is there 2 NPCs on the ballistas?
Yeah.
I want to cast assisted aim on them and myself. So the ranged attacks they're making is going to double both short and long, normal and long range, and they're going to get +1 to their attacks, as am I.
Okay.
Oh, so you're doing it to ours?
Yeah, to 2 people on our ballistas. Unless 2 of you want to run to the ballistas, and I can bless you guys, and you can shoot the ballistas.
I'll run to a 100%.
Okay, cool.
Yep, I'll man a ballista.
All right.
I would have experience. with
Cool, then.
ballistas if I was on a ship.
Cool, then I'll cast that on you and well, actually, wait, Seth, doesn't your character have experience on ships too?
Yeah, she was through the
Oh, cool.
wild spacer.
Under melee combat, but do you want to shoot them until they approach and then board them?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Then I can cast it on both of you and me, because I did want to ask, are they within 240 feet?
240?
Yes,
At this
'cause I have
point,
sharpshooter.
probably. So at this point, probably because ballista. The cannons have a longer range, but
Awesome.
to get all the weapons effective without the disadvantage thing, It would
Yeah.
probably have to be right around
So I'm gonna.
somewhere between 120 and 200 is the kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah, well, with assisted aim, it doubles their normal and long range that they can make without Well, yeah, because it doubles their normal range too, not just their long range. So whatever the ballistas can strike at normally, that would be extended. Though they could also shoot from
Alright.
longer if they didn't mind disadvantage. But if they don't
Before
want
we
disadvantage, they
before
should
we
just
start
kill their
shooting,
closer.
I just want to double check with the captain, and I'm gonna ask him, Captain, are these hostile? They have hostile intent for this.
Based on their colors, yes.
What are their colors, Captain? What is it?
Grim Eclipse. Nasty group of pirates.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna head to the. Yep.
Alright.
Bob's just gonna stand on the deck ready to do magic once they get in range.
Alright.
Matches the same phase for his war phase.
So
Okay, so me
Yeah.
and the ballistas will be able to attack at the same range. So I would want to hold my spell and I like ready it until they were within roughly like 240 feet of us or so.
alright. So with that you could probably get a few extra shots with those. Because then you pretty much doubled the range. And they can go with longer with disadvantage.
Yeah. I also
So
want to have
and it's
my
not quite a good
own.
angle for the cannons yet.
Yeah, well,
So
that's why I want to wait
Are we
until
firing the ballistas
within
now?
that
Is that
way.
happening right
it's up to you guys. I think
I'm
Jackie
firing a
and
ballista.
Kenneth I think are the two on the ballistas.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, Jackie and I are gonna be on. God bless.
Then I guess I'll ready a cannon.
Well, I wasn't on the ballista myself. I was
No,
You
gonna
might-
sorry,
give
you are
another
Olivia.
one of the
Olivia, yeah,
ballistas.
you are on a ballista.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hilariously enough,
Well,
I
you
can
will
use my
need
sling.
2 people to kind of like to kind of technically you're supposed to do 3 actions for the ballista, but I'll let you guys double up and you guys can. So it'll probably take 2 of you to work each ballista.
Can I take one of the NPC crew? for
Basically,
5
one
seconds?
to load, and one to fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because we got that bless, so we're gonna need. Can we have NPC crew help us as the second?
Yeah, yeah,
So I think.
yeah. You can have NPCs help you as the second.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna have with mine.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit them, both Olivia and Kehnes with as well as myself too. So all 3 of us will have assisted aim on us for a minute. And since that's gonna take up my action, I'm gonna as my bonus action command my familiar to hold the help action for me for later.
All right. So as they get closer, yeah, you guys can.
My pencil.
You guys can get a few shots in with the ballistas before they get close in for the rest of the weapons to go off. and
as
at the
we're-
right angle for you guys to face each other with the cannons.
As we're shooting the ballista, I'm battle mode, laughing out loud and saying my epic quotes. By the honor of the depths and the wrath of the reign of terror ends here. Prepare to be judged by the oceans.
I just want to be flinging
But up in the
rocks at
ocean.
people until they come here.
This is what I've known all my life, sir. Don't mock my quotes. Okay, so replace ocean with
Bob
I just
points-
have a
wild
magic
space.
stone in my sling.
Bob's just gonna
Bob
point his
does
broom
what?
at him and say "arg."
Oh. Okay. You're not really close enough for anyone to really hear you
That's
on
all
the
right.
other ship.
All the crew can hear me. Hopefully my words will.
No, I was talking about Bob yelling
Oh.
"R." I mean,
But his
probably can't
firebolt-
really hear you very well either because of the way the air bubbles work. But
by the stars above, and
yeah,
I will cast you into the abyss. Face me or be lost to the silence of the cosmos.
That's better.
Yeah, GPT for epic quotes.
And an epic quote for a Triton Paladin about to fight a group of pirates on a spell. Prompt.
Hmm.
So when they're within 120 feet, Bob can firebolt.
Okay. So you're
I
gonna
can
start doing
assist-
that?
Yep.
I can have been menacing the ballistas as long from when the other ship was within 240 feet, thanks to my sling and sharpshooter.
All right.
I can also cast magic stone. That's a hardy rock to the skull.
Oh man.
And when they get within 60 feet, then I can do some interesting things.
Interesting.
Oh no.
So firebolt does
So-
have the ability to ignite things, by the way. So
Yeah.
a flammable object hit by firebolt ignites if it isn't being worn or carried.
Hmm.
So do I light the ship on fire?
Probably part of it, I guess. 'Cause it doesn't count as being worn or carried, so I would assume yes.
Hit as
But
many
it's
things
not-
as you can with that.
It's not like that dangerous of a fire. You'd probably need a few more.
Like I said, when they get within 60 feet, then things get more interesting.
Okay. So I rolled, and this is gonna be interesting.
Ooh.
So yeah. Hold on a second. The ship is it almost so it's uh sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. I should have made this on Roll20. I just didn't have time today. It's space galleon like yours, except the front is carved in seems to be carved in the likeness of a dragon. But as it gets closer, those might actually be real dragon bones.
Oh. Interesting.
Do we get a sense of how many crew on this, or can we make an assumption from it size as our ship?
Yeah. Since it's the same kind of ship, usually around 20 is usually what there is.
Okay.
Minus any passengers or anything.
So at least.
How quickly is the ship closing on us? Like how many feet per turn?
Well, 8. Don't eat that. Get that out. Don't swallow weird random objects you find on the floor.
Hey, it's Bob.
Yeah. Or my cat found some kind of plastic piece from something and tried to swallow it.
Oh.
I'm like, don't.
Yeah,
That is not good for you.
but it tasty.
One time he ate a bookmark, like one of those sticky tab bookmarks. I heard him playing with it, and then I saw it disappear into his mouth. So
God.
he will swallow weird stuff. So yeah,
And will.
answer Bob's question. About 35 feet at a time.
Okay.
That's about the speed yours is moving, but you were kind of like you're trying to
We maneuvered, so we lost
get,
speed. Yep.
yeah. Yeah, you lost speed and you were turning. So
How far are they from us
yeah.
now?
They're kind of turning too, but the angle is different.
How far are they from us?
And I'm guessing you guys are gonna try to stand and fight, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
All right.
I'm deciding because I have my my jump distance, so I can leap into there before everybody. So I'm deciding
No,
if I
I
want
can
to make a
teleport
leap.
there before you.
I don't know if you want to be over there when I'm done with what I'm gonna do.
Oh, are you gonna do something? I might if you're gonna do something, I'm gonna wait for you. I already know you like.
I'm gonna do everything. There's gonna
I
be as
mean-
much fire as I can possibly start on that thing.
How about this? Listen, how does
I feel like
how does wild space work? There's no air. Is it super
I think
super
right now
cold?
we enter an atmosphere.
Yeah. There's no air unless if you're in something that has an air bubble like a ship. And it is pretty cold unless if you're in something again that has an air bubble like a ship.
I have resistance.
So the fire, unless if it's magical fire, it might go out in between the ships.
I have cold resistance, so I could make it. I could probably jumping over. But I was gonna say maybe Bob can climb on my back and and him and I go over there.
Well, we just have to get close enough for the air bubbles to connect, and if you're going to be within 60 feet, then the air bubbles are definitely connected.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
As
How-
soon as they get close enough, we'll be riding ropes
how
over.
small are you guys?
I'm
medium.
medium.
I'm small.
Small?
Bob is small.
I could probably toss you over. I could figure. Maybe you could stick to one of my. And I could next to you. We don't want to get. We want to have prizes. But I'm a paladin. I want to run.
Well, as long as you can get back, because I'm gonna start as much fire as I possibly can.
Then I'll wait for you. You're gonna go ahead and start your fire. Start your fire bombing campaign.
So actually, I read up a little bit more on how the bubbles work. They're bigger than I thought, so they should overlap pretty soon.
Oh, okay.
They
Alright,
overlap
feel like-
at like the bubble extends equal to the keel length in every direction, so 130 in every direction.
Sure.
I
For
feel like I
each
have a
ship.
rough idea of what Bob might try to do, and I feel like I want to assist in that chaos.
So are you, Bob? Are you gonna put some like old-fashioned bombs together? What are you planning on doing?
Magic fireballs,
Oh, you're just gonna launch magic
balls
fireballs?
of fire, balls, big spheres of fire.
What would you think about taking some of your oil, dousing the tip of my spear, and lighting it on fire so I could throw it?
Bob hands you a flask of oil.
If it
Alright.
hasn't been a minute yet, you'd still have double range on
That's
too.
what I'm planning on it. So I'll take that flask of oil. I'll douse it onto my spear. I'll have it ready. I still have the assisted.
Oh wait, I forgot something.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you get closer, you probably would be able to see the colors on the other ship. And that is actually exactly the symbol that Kasich showed you. Don't eat that.
Yeah, and the Kasich said to avoid these at all costs. And they're running us down right now.
Are they
Alright.
within 60 feet of us yet, or could I ready an action for when they are
Come
within
on,
60 feet of us?
Spyro. Stop.
I can do. So it's for the assisted aim. It's double, right?
Yep. Double
Yeah.
and +1.
So I got 40, 120 is gonna be my range on my spear.
I think actually Kasich told you guys just be careful, but that's also kind of like a different point of view, because like just careful for it is probably like, oh no, we should not be here for you guys.
Yeah. But
Careful. Bob doesn't know the meaning of the word.
Yeah,
Literally.
Bob probably
would they
doesn't.
already be within 60 feet of us, or would they be outside of that range?
For what are you trying to do?
Specifically, so like, are they following? Like, are they coming towards us right now? Like, are we doing like an almost boat jousting thing where we're kind of like, are we doing that naval battle thing where they're
Side by
circling, in this case, the sky,
Yeah,
attempting to
pretty
get
much.
shots out on each other? Okay, so what I'd want to do is ready a flame spear for when they're going to run into it coming towards us. Like, yeah. So I basically want to spawn a flame sphere in front of them and have them run into it with their ship.
All right.
Okay, can
I'd want to ready a
So
casting for that.
are Kehnes and Bob going to go over there?
No, I think
No, I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
stay
rain
on
a
the
fire
ship.
first. So I'll take that flask of oil and I'm gonna put it on my spear, and then when I get ready, I'm gonna light it, toss it. Can I take a look at their ship and look if I can find like powder stills, anything that could go up bigger, like deal the most damage? Is there
Exposed
something
alcohol
that I could
barrels.
see?
Probably the sails.
Okay.
Stop eating that. But yeah, you're not gonna find like stocks of powder or anything, because it's very dangerous to have that stuff on a ship in general. And if
Rugo.
you're in the sky, that's just very bad if it explodes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to throw my spear at the helm and see if I can get that area to alight. That's where I want it, and I kind of want to Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the helm. That's what I want to do.
All right, roll to hit
I
then.
have. How far is the helmsman from us? From me. Am I within 40
let me
feet?
think. 40, probably not.
Is the helm within 60 feet?
I'll say sure.
Okay. I cast
'Cause that would
flaming.
also trigger Jackie's thing.
I cast flaming sphere, like in front of the flame, or sorry, in front of the helm, and I start to roll it around the helm. Flaming sphere
Something
will
might
ignite.
happen. Hold on.
I
That's
would
fun.
at the same time as he does
So
that cast it in front of the chip itself so it runs into it.
Well, then
All right.
I'm gonna toss mine into try and light the sail. If he's already got the helmsman taken care of, they're getting in front of the ship. I'm gonna toss it at the sail. So I'm gonna light it. It's a light right now, but it's gonna be at disadvantage for me. I have 40 range right now, even with. But you said I do get +1 on that, right? For the
Yep. Doesn't function on Soul, sadly.
that would
Understandably
be,
so.
so I launch it. I hit a 13.
13. Yeah, the armor class that's listed as technically for the hull of the ship, I'll say you can hit the sails with no problem because
Nice.
it's a pretty big target and you're hitting canvas. So
Does it a light?
yeah, it catches on fire. But Bob is counterspelled.
What?
No!
What? That sucks.
All right.
Bob makes a sad face.
Well, that cannot obviously. I
That's
cannot
not
stand
good.
for that. As soon as the ships get about 40 feet together, I'm gonna jump from one ship to the other.
You're
20
jumping
feet?
40.
No, 40 feet. When they get about 40 feet,
40. Wait,
I'm
how
gonna
can
long
you
jump
jump
over there.
from? How can? Oh
Because-
yeah, okay.
Eldritch Parasite. I can my have a climb speed equal to my walking speed and a triple jump distance.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we're going over there.
I
Bob,
know I am. I'm gonna start.
Bob, do you have a way to
I'm gonna
get
start
over to
throwing
that
hands.
ship, or do you need
Was
some
my
assistance?
flaming sphere still successful?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So there's only one counterspell per turn. Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh wait,
Knowing
that
that
is a
they're
spell.
there,
I thought, yeah, sure, I'll let it go through.
cool. Knowing
'Cause
that they're there, I'd want it to only basically stand stationary while the ship just kind of runs through it, so it doesn't set everything on fire, but sets the lower of the ship on fire.
All right. Yeah.
That's fine.
You don't have a spear anymore. It's
That's
probably
fine.
floating
No,
in space
that's
now.
fine. That's fine. Spear's my backup. If he's gonna be jumping over there, I will follow him. I'm gonna jump. I have 6.
Okay.
I have 6. But I was gonna ask Bob. Bob, do you have a way to get over to the ship, or do we got to get you over?
No, but I'm just gonna keep. Take me over. I'm gonna burn this thing over personally.
Can I have him like? Can I have him like form himself like? Bob, can you form yourself into my armor or something just to hold on? And that way you kind of just pop up.
Yeah, I make like a backpack wrapping around his arms.
Yes. All right, so I got the Bob backpack. I'm gonna cross.
The Bob backpack.
And I'm
I
gonna
hate
have
that.
my trident out. I want to jump towards somebody. My trident. Triton's gonna be 2.
All right. So, yeah. I'll say you guys can get close. You guys get close enough where you guys can all jump off. Is everyone jumping off
Jackie,
onto
which
the
one?
other one? Jackie, are you
One
jumping
moment.
too?
Let's see. To see if I have a way to get over there without, because this one I'd have to use a lot of spell slots.
You can get really
I could just
tiny
throw
too,
stuff
right?
from over
Oh,
here.
you're not the.
Yeah. Oh no, I can get really tiny. I'm a druid wizard.
I mean, you can hop in one of my pockets. And I can take all 2 of you guys across.
I would need multiple turns for that though,
Oh, because you gotta.
because I'd have to turn into the thing.
Are you? So you're medium sized, right?
Yeah.
So guys, my mom reminded me I have to take the garbage out. You guys, do you guys mind if you come up with a plan and I go do that real quick?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right, so come up with your plan, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right, so I know I'm leaping over there. Bob's on my back. Olivier's jumping over. Gotta figure out how to get.
The question is, do you want to come over, or do you just content staying on the ship, Jackie?
I could go over. 1 second.
I think we're gonna
Oh,
take this
God.
ship over.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, buddy. So one of my goals as my paladin wants to have his own. But right now he's like,
Yeah.
like this.
This is a way
This
to
is
get a
it.
ship.
This is it.
Yes.
I have. Let me see what
If
actions.
we don't set it on
take.
fire,
The sails
ship.
are on fire. That means they're going to be slowing down. So the other ship can turn around and catch up to them and offer support. But we need to get on deck and we need to get the helmsman down. Helmsman's got to be the target first, and then we got to find whoever counterspell Bob's thing. Got to be a caster on. So
if we kill the caster, then we can hold the whole ship hostage.
100%.
Yes.
Okay, so we got to find the caster.
And then the captain.
And I'll work on making the caster keep using up counter spells against my 2nd level spells.
I think you should do
Keep
another.
using his 3rd level spell slot.
I think you should do another firebolt while we're leaping through the. This would be epic as fuck. Like you just hit.
I mean, like rules as written, changing my body shape is an action, so that kind of ate that.
Okay, understood.
I mean, I can stay as a backpack shape as I'm going around doing other stuff.
That would be awesome too. Stay as a backpack on me as I'm fighting you, shooting fireballs, just left and right firebolts.
That's brilliant, actually.
I think you should do that because I, buddy, like I'm hard to hit. I have 19 armor.
I got your back.
That's awesome. All right, that works. That works. We're heavily outnumbered.
Okay.
We're heavily outnumbered.
Oh yeah.
So we're like 5 to 1. 5 to 1. There's 20.
Those are odds.
More than 5, 6. We gotta find that caster fast. Wherever the heck he is. If he was able to cast counterspell, he's gotta be on the.
Yep. He had to see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think what I'm gonna do is before we jump, I'm gonna see if I can. I'll probably do Divine Sense to see if I can feel. There's feet dead. That's the caster, and if not, I can. I'll ask any type of guy because usually when you're doing a counterspell, you need some sort of verbal. Somnatic.
I realize Armor Axes is going to give me 10 temporary HP and 10 full damage to anyone that's going to swing at me. That's going to be good.
So I mean, of course, the helmsman has to be a spellcaster too, but you can't cast when you're operating the helm.
Right. So it's probably not the. It's probably not. Even though you did aim for the helmsman, odds are though, if the caster is probably the captain, and captain is probably close to the helm. That's just how.
Yep.
Run. So we can. It's safe to say the caster's probably upper deck of the back. That's kind of where I want to leap in that area. Value target. I think we just take him out, take the captain out, and then try to get the fly.
If you're one level higher, I'm sure the our wizard would have. Oh no, he's multi-class, so he won't have. Even at 5th level, he won't have his 3rd level spells yet.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking.
I have no idea of something I can do.
Okay.
But one of us, as long as both of us are planning on something cool each turn, only one counter spell, so one of us will get it off. At least that we know of, there's only one counter spell.
Let's see.
Okay.
I got some fun stuff like Arms
So I'm
of
thinking of turning into a
Armor of
flesh ape with a blood
Agates,
knife.
X, the whole person.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the captain's the spellcaster. Let's find the captain. I'm going to catapult and.
I'm assuming he's a spellcaster. That's.
So yeah, I'm going to catapult a flask of oil into him and then firebolt that.
Like you're gonna toss it, just like, hey, Captain, catch!
Catch
this.
Catch this.
That's
okay, I'm back, guys.
Okay, I think we have our plan set. Just let us know when you're ready.
All right, I'm assuming I'm gonna need my calculator.
Probably will.
I'll pull that up again. All right.
So before we start this leaping thing, did we see? Can we see onto the ship? Possibly see where the captain may be, or did we see anything when that counter spell was cast again? So we can kind of get a feel, see if we can find out who the caster is.
Yeah, do we see an obvious magic user or at least the captain?
Yeah. We're assuming they're one and the same.
You see the. Well, you know, there's at least two. There would have to be at least 2 spellcasters on board because the helmsman. Well, technically, the term is Spelljammer. Is one of the spellcasters. Their whole thing is flying the ship.
Okay, so
that's most of what they can do in combat.
That helps us because he's busy with the helm. That means there's only one spellcaster left. I'm assuming that's probably the captain. Figure out which one is the captain.
Yeah.
Know where he is?
He's on the yeah. He's kind of by the on the Stern Castle. At least
I realized I shorted myself an Eldritch Invocation.
Where is he? I'm sorry.
It's kind of by where the wheel would be on a normal ship.
Told you. That's exactly what I'm jumping for the captain. Where I'm going.
All right.
And Bob's going to point at the captain and say,
Say what?
He's pointing at the captain and saying "Arg" as we're jumping across the other ship.
Oh, fuck.
Arr, mate.
Okay.
Had to wash my hands
So
'cause the dog decided to make
I
me tired.
assured myself of electrification this entire time.
For
Decided to
shame, for
randomly
shame.
throw up on the floor outside of my door. Thank you, Bella.
All right. So as I'm leaping, is the captain? How far is the captain from the edge of this?
Probably about like 15 feet, maybe.
All right. So I'm leaping. I want to get like. So if he's 15 feet from the edge, I want to get in front of him where that 15. Okay, that's the ideal spot I want to land.
All right.
Like 10 feet in front of him if I can.
Hmm. Okay, so you're jumping, you have Bob on your back and Jackie in your pocket, right? Or is
Mhm.
Jackie doing something else?
And I'm still on I'm on the ship still.
Jackie's
Yeah.
Jackie's got to figure. And I'm gonna tell Bob, hold off on that toss catch plan. I have another that I think might be.
Bob like freezes with the oil flask in hand.
Just hold on. You're still gonna get to throw it. Just hold on to it for now. I wanna get there and then.
Okay.
All right. So you jump over, Sorry I keep pausing, guys.
I know,
I'm
thank you.
trying to
It's fine.
think things through.
No, you're good. Let it pauses are fine.
It's because as you guys are all jumping over, that is the perfect opportunity for an AoE, and I'm trying to not do it.
How far is it?
And this is like not a small ship, right?
Yeah,
so we
it's
wouldn't
pretty big.
necessarily be all together.
That's
Well,
true.
I mean,
but I thought you
me
were
and the
all
paladin,
going
yes.
for the captain.
I mean, I'm definitely going
Aren't
for the captain. That's 100% where I'm going for that area there. However, as I'm leaping, I do have my trident out. I want to control air and water as an ability. I'm going to cast Gust of Wind on the captain right in front of him. Going to be blowing him towards the back of the ship. It says a line of strong wind 6 long and as from each creature that starts at turn in a line must succeed or be pushed away from me. So I'm trying to push him off the ship.
Okay. So what kind of save is that?
Strength save. Gotta beat it. Well, it's not super strong. But that line of strong wind will still be there.
Yeah.
That depends.
Did I knock him off?
No.
Damn.
All right, Bob looks at you and says, "Now."
now, Bob. As we're in the air.
Okay.
So I see that he kind of able to do it. And I'm like, how, Bob? I would do it
All right,
right in
so
front
Bob-
of him. That way he gets the front of all.
All right, so Bob's gonna quicken a catapult flask of oil onto the guy. DC 15 save. Deck save.
All right. Oh.
Ah!
Nope. 22.
Damn!
Oh wow. Okay. So what happens when it doesn't? Okay, the object strikes
Yeah.
the target, stops moving, so it hits him and just falls.
So there's a flask sitting underneath him.
Yeah.
No, it was just burning oil probably on the deck of the ship, probably just behind him.
And I'm
No,
No,
following
wait,
that up
it's
with
catapult.
Yeah.
Catapult. Yeah, you just launched that thing into space.
Well, no, it on a failed. Oh yeah, failed save. It's when the object strikes something. The object. Yeah. Okay.
Did it
So yeah,
miss?
I guess I just would have missed him.
Okay.
Yep.
So then, yeah, it's
I missed him. Went off into space. But I'm following it up with a firebolt. So
Okay.
give me a second to roll that one. Ooh. Does let's see, what's 7 plus or 16 plus 7 is I can do math. 23. Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
Woohoo! Okay, well, I rolled a 1 on damage, but with my elemental affinity, any ones count as 2s. So
Yay!
2 points of fire damage.
As I'm leaping in, I'm gonna attack with my trident.
All right.
$15.
What?
15 for the attack roll.
15. Hmm. Yeah.
I'm doing it with double 2 hands. 9 damage.
All right.
Oh, and my since I'm also elemental depth also means if he has fire resistance, I bypass the fire resistance. So he actually took
All right.
2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Real sense.
Yeah.
So you stab him? 9 points, you said?
9 points.
So we're like in melee combat with this guy now, huh?
Yep.
I'm 10
Okay.
10 feet away from him.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
No wait, Trident doesn't reach, is it?
Yeah, Trident's
Oh.
reach. It's just a question of whether I'm using Firebolt or Shocking Grasp, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's see. I will go ahead and cast False Life. Question.
Yeah.
Because it's False Life through Fiendish Vigor, do I count it as a cast it from a spell slot I have? Because it says it doesn't use a spell slot.
It doesn't use a spell slot, but it does use your action.
Yeah, I'm just saying, what spell slot would it count as? A level 2 spell slot or a level
First.
1?
First, yeah, it's
First.
always
Okay.
first for the
Okay, so got 5 HP.
Okay. I just
Alright.
wanted to ask if so can you do your action then still move?
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can even break up your movement
Okay.
and do some of your movement before your action, some of your movement after.
Okay, so sometime after basically after the first time they jump on, whenever the next time the ship comes by, I want to attempt to kind of well, so first I want to cast jump on myself plus Crimson Lash. Crimson Lash would be my bonus action, jump would be my action. And then I'd wait for the ship to come close enough that I could kind of try to leap onto the back of the ship without being noticed too much, hopefully. Kind of try to stealthily get onto their ship. But first with Crimson Lash, I am specifically using one of the D12s from my blood magic pool, but I can't remember where I wrote it down.
I forgot to smite. Oh well.
It's from my
I'll smite next time.
full-blooded feature. I have 3 D12s I can use for Sangromancy spells, so I'm using one of them this time.
Alright.
I just don't know if I have to roll it. I don't think I have to roll it for Crimson Lash when I first cast. Okay, yeah, no, just expend. So I use that one, and that'll be the damage for the weapon that I make. Basically just out of my hand I guess it would look something like a little blood dagger, but it has light, finesse, and reach. And I can choose to use my spellcasting mod, which in this case would be intelligence, for attack and damage rolls with it. And the damage is necrotic. Oh,
Alright.
and each time I hit something with it, its maximum hit points are reduced by an amount equal to the damage it took. It's a nasty little knife. And then with jump, I want to wait until they're within roughly well, I mean, they'd have to be pretty close because I would only have a jump distance of 18 feet.
Well, they're still
Yeah.
closing with us, right? So it would be closer than before, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're
And then I'd want to have my familiar Luli kind of create a distraction to help me get onto the back of the ship without being noticed. So help for my stealth roll. Oh no, I'm gonna have to re-roll that on top of my thing. Okay, that's not too bad. That will be a 16 on my stealth check. Just kind of jump onto the back of their ship.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, we are a pretty good distraction. I think you should have advantage.
Yeah, you guys are.
Also, bonus action, kite in the shell.
It's actually kind of shell.
So everyone's kind of trying to do things all at once. So I'll have you guys roll initiative.
Alright.
Getcha.
Know when you're ready for it.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
13.
I rolled a 22.
I have a Bob has a 21.
I have a 14.
Alright. 14, 21, 22, and what for Kehnes?
13.
Okay. So Jackie's first.
Okay.
Get him, Jay.
Well, from the where I landed on the back of the ship, I want to kind of try to sneak my way to wherever the person controlling the Spelljammer currently would be. If I can try to
Gotcha.
figure that out.
Technically, Technically, with Spelljammers, the helm isn't on the main deck.
Yeah, no, I'd be fine trying to stealth around and find that, stabbing whoever may come into too close contact with me.
All right. So yeah, I guess yeah, you're able to get over there. You don't know. Well, actually, you probably would know where it is, but you'd have to sneak past all the fighting to get there unnoticed.
Well, do I get a turn once I land physically on the ship, or
Yeah.
would my turn be okay? Okay, so if I'd get a turn doing that, I'd then I'd actually want to continue to stay hidden for a little bit longer. As I cast a preparatory wilting smite on the blood weapon that I just created, which
So
will
hold
take up.
on. Doesn't casting a spell break sneaking?
If that would, I'm
No,
just gonna chill.
just attacking does. It's if you cast like an invisibility, it would break invisibility, but being sneaky, it depends.
There
It
are
kind of
vocal
depends. Like,
components, so I could roll to stealth while continuing to. Oh, I'll continue to do this.
but he's also
Because all it
doing it
is
in
a
the end of
buff spell
battle.
onto
So
a weapon itself.
Depends on what the spell is.
Yeah. I'll say with your 16, I'll let you keep the roll. I'll say with your 16, since you did roll higher, you're able to kind of whisper your verbal components, I guess.
Yay. Okay. And that would take up the next two of my freebie hit die from my full body pool. Which would mean 1 second. Okay, I can only expend them and I'll roll them. So 2 extra d12s are expended, and the next time I attack someone with the weapon, they will take extra necrotic damage equal to that value. So I'm just roaming around with a 3d12 knife for the time being. But the extra 2d12 will go away when I stab someone. I'm just hoping to run into a specific person with that. But with that, I'll wait. And I'll communicate with my familiar that I'll have a time in the future where I want them to help me create a distraction again.
All right. So, yeah, Bob.
yes, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere again, and I'm gonna try to make it. Are there any like pirate deckhands on the deck?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try to start it like 30 feet away from them and roll it towards them. This thing will do heat damage to anything 5 feet around it. Will, however many guys I can get, and it leaves a trail of fire behind it. So because it will ignite
Yeah.
anything that it rolls
I'm
over.
trying to. I'm trying to think of something. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
Yeah, my goal is just to have it roll 30 feet so it sets 30 feet of deck on fire and then burns as many guys as it can.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter
I'm just
the exact
debating
path.
on. I'm just trying to think whether to save the captain's reaction for counterspell against that so you don't set the ship on fire, or shield to repel Kehnes's smite.
Kehnes,
Yeah, exactly. That's
Kehnes
why
is
I'm
in
doing
your
this.
face. Oh, fuck you. He's gonna fuck that captain up.
You want his ship.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So, yeah, so Bob is doing this flaming sphere.
All right. So how many deckhands do I get the sphere next to? It's a 5-foot sphere, so it takes up one square. Trying to position it so
One
so it's
square.
next to as many guys as I can. Yep. So anybody within 5 feet of it will have to make a DC 15 deck save or take 2d6 damage, fire damage.
So 2 passes, 1 fail for the 3 because I rolled really high for this, of course.
I mean, they're dodging fire. I
So-
hope they'd roll high.
8 points
Yeah.
for the one that did not save,
Okay.
and I don't remember if it's half damage for those that do. Yeah, half damage on a successful save. Yep.
Hmm.
And
Just
there's now
trying
a
to decide something else right now.
and now there's a
Because of
30-foot
what I
line of fire.
rolled.
I do want to say we
Oh,
are at
30
the 9 o'clock mark.
What?
We're at 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm okay to keep.
Is anyone not okay with keep going?
I'm okay to
I'm
keep
gonna
going.
keep going through the combat.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. I've been up since 5:30, but I can keep going a little bit.
Nobody has to feel pressured to keep going.
No, you have to absolutely pressure.
Just-
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Completely kidding.
Anybody is tired, you can go to sleep at any time. Just wait. I just want to keep going a little longer to try to wrap up the combat,
Yes.
but if anyone needs to leave, you can.
We'll give it a couple turns to see where we're at.
So that's Bob's turn. They're still up, but there's a lot of screaming now, which is I think what he was going for.
There's a lot of screaming now.
Sure it is. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let me think. Sorry, I should have had music going, but I don't really know how to make the music work on here.
No, the best way to do it is in start an activity, and then you can click on YouTube and Artify. But we have to click on it in order to be kind of how
Okay.
for the next time.
All right. It's just weird because me thinking just creates these long, awkward pauses. And I was trying to think of things to fill the silences of me trying to figure out what to do with you pyromaniacs.
Fire, fire.
To be fair to myself, I'm trying to assassinate someone in this moment.
Yeah, you are. You guys just chose extreme violence.
Oh, we want.
Yeah.
They approached
We're
us.
coming for the ship. That's why.
We're coming.
We're coming for the
Yep.
ship. Our ship.
Then you won't have any to crew it.
Oh, we'll figure that out.
Everyone will be dead.
Not if we get.
Well, we just have. All we need is the captain and the helmsman, and then the ships are to hold hostage.
What?
All we need is the captain and the helmsman out of the picture, and then the ships are to hold hostage.
Maybe.
Oh, they're pirates still.
Because I didn't quite finish when I was describing what happened when Kehnes stabbed the captain.
True.
Think of that. I mean, it'll probably just make you want to smite the next time.
Oh, I'm.
But think of that one scene when Jack Sparrow stabs Barbossa and he just kind of looks off to the side.
Yeah.
Just pump more divine energy into it next time.
Hmm.
This is Bob's battle face.
I can barely see it from the green. Oh, there it is.
Viewing.
That's the great thing about stealing a character from pop culture. I got plenty of images to work with.
Yeah. So, yeah, and okay, so this probably won't be that bad for. Trying to think whether he goes for Kehnes or Bob.
I mean, we're one and.
Well,
he's
Probably
still
Bob.
he's still on my back. Bob's still on.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a backpack right now.
I guess it's Kehnes.
Okay, he has to make. Frank. Oh, because he.
Okay.
Gotta beat it.
Still passes the 11.
Damn.
He probably did launch a few other people that came up to try to help him.
Nice.
Don't I go before Kenneth?
So, is this captain wearing any metal?
No.
Oh.
He has a rapier at his side that he hasn't drawn yet.
It also says any creature.
You talking about heat metal?
Yeah, shocking grasp. You get advantage if they're wearing metal armor.
Oh. Yeah, they launch a couple of guys that try to come up to help the captain.
Yay! Woo!
What is Kehnes' armor class?
19.
19? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that just barely. Because I rolled really well.
Don't you cheat me, Sue. I'm just kidding. I tried to.
Yeah.
All right. So how much damage am I gonna take?
10 cold, but you take 5 because you're resistant.
Yep.
And then you make a Constitution save as he kind of like pretty much scratches you across the face.
$13.
13? Hmm. Hmm.
Oops.
Oh, wait, hold on. Like I really I kind of wanted this to happen, but I did roll for it. I don't want to ask, but are you guys okay if I be a little mean?
I mean, what?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So, yeah, Kehnes, your muscles almost lock up.
Whoa.
You kind of freeze.
What type of freeze is it?
Not like an ice freeze.
Like a petrify? Am I petrified?
Not petrified, just paralyzed.
I'll protect you, buddy.
Quick, man! Get me in a move somehow. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh.
So, okay, so as soon as I forgot to describe one other thing, that there was like a little like dragon-like creature perched on the captain's shoulder, but as soon as the fight started, it flew up to the mast. It's just kind of, it's pretty small.
Did it pass its strength?
So,
That's the win.
oh yeah, probably not.
A really important
It just
question.
flies back up. I did say a little dragon-like creature.
Yeah, it only moves. It only moves 15 feet, so it's fine.
So, yeah, that was paralyze on Kehnes. Little dragon just kind of like is just like perched on the edge of the while trying to fly up to the mast and probably would get out of your wind after a while. Get up to the mast, but I guess because it had to, I guess, work extra hard for that. That little cinematic bit.
That's it.
All right. Olivia.
Yeah. So, how far away from the captain guy would you say I am? That is from the person casting.
You're really breaking up. I can't really hear you.
Let me try this. This better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How far am I from the? I'm assumedly captain caster that casted a whole person on Kehnes.
You
Is it enough?
jumped over to the other ship with the rest of them, right?
I would argue I was first, but yes.
How close do you want to be? Because you have your movement. You could probably easily get to wherever you want to be. I mean, not wherever, but like if you want to be
Effectively,
closer, you can get closer.
I want to go ahead and rush the guy.
All right.
And I'm gonna take a swing at him with my packed weapon scimitar.
Schematar.
19 on the die, so that's a 24. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Actually, wait.
24, yes.
I'll also go ahead and declare a green flame blade on him. Bonus action. Give me 1 second while I pull that up. Go ahead and roll damage for the first one.
Are you doing green flame blade or the other one?
I think just
The other one's
the right
sound
one I'm
based.
taking.
The one that surrounds the guy, and if they move, it hits them. That one.
Yeah, that's booming blade.
Yeah,
I don't want
booming
that
blade.
one.
That's it. Yeah, because green flame blade has to have another enemy within 5 feet to do any good. So that's why I was asking.
If there's anyone next to him, like maybe a familiar dragon-shaped thing, if that's still within 5 feet of him.
He flew away.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just
He got blown
do it.
away by the wind that Kehnes made. So he's not within 5 feet of the captain anymore.
Alright, well, that's only a solid 5 damage.
Alright.
And that's it.
Okay.
Let's see. I think whole person has concentration. Yep, it is concentration.
That's not hold person, though.
Oh, well, then if it is concentration, you'd roll it, but either way, that's my turn.
Alright. So, yeah, Kehnes is paralyzed.
So I can roll to try and get out there.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, though.
What's the modifier for that?
It's Constitution still.
Okay. Yeah, it's the nat 1. 3.
Oh. Yeah, not with
I'm
the
still
3,
paralyzed.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm still.
Alright. Jackie, I guess, sure, you can find the person at the helm.
Yay.
Not expecting anyone to come up and shank their Spelljammer.
That's
So
precisely what I'm gonna do.
Yay! Shake
Yeah.
the Spelljammer. Woo!
So yeah, I want to push them and quite specifically stab them in the neck if I can. I
all
will
right, roll to
either
hit.
that. Oh, nice. Okay. So I add my intelligence to that. So it'd be my intelligence plus proficiency. I got 12. So it'd be 18.
Wait, I might have a reaction.
What's your reaction?
It depends. Do you cast a second level spell?
No.
Okay, never mind. Carry on.
Well, I got an 18 to stab the Spelljammer person.
Yeah, you can stab them.
Yay. Okay, so that will be 1d12 plus 4 thanks to Crimson Lash plus my Wilting Smite. So if it makes it any worse, I'm stabbing him with my own coagulated blood. Ooh. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 11, 19. Okay, that's going to be 23 necrotic damage.
Wow.
Are the unfortunate souls still alive? Because if
Let
not,
me
I have
check.
something to say about that. If they are still alive, I have something to say about that.
Kind of, yeah, but not by much. Are you
Okay,
gonna say
cool.
bear?
No, I'm gonna cast Theft of Vitae as a reaction. Because he lost life, I'm going to expend 2 of my own hit die to make him take more damage.
Oh.
So Theft of Vitae, let me look up exactly the wording on it so you know. God dang it. Keeps on correcting D&D to and then when I okay. As part of casting the spell, you must automatically spend 2 hit die, which in this case will be 2d8 because I have no more of the freebies. If I do, roll the hit die, and the creature takes necrotic damage equal to the result, and I'll gain temporary HP equal to the number dealt. Yeah. So he will take an extra 8 damage, an extra 8 necrotic damage.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard hit. So yeah, you shank the guy.
Yay. Specifically, the way Theft of Vitaeing him will work is after I stab him, when I notice he's alive, I'm going to start to strangle him. Just kind of while whispering.
Just strangle him.
Yeah, just whispering a prayer that hopefully he starts passing faster, so it doesn't hurt as much as I'm imagining it just did.
It probably did hurt a lot.
Oops. Well, we all make mistakes. Nothing of which happened here wasn't entirely willful on my part, but hey, next time I'll hope it happens faster.
What happens to a Spelljammer without their
It just stops moving. Yeah, the ship stops moving, and everyone kind of immediately notices that.
That gives time for the other shift
Mm.
to turn around if it
And as I haven't taken my bonus action yet in the turn, I will turn into a flesh bear and wait for anyone to come in.
All right.
That's a
And
tiger
that will have
and
been my
bear.
turn. So I have assassinated a man and turned into a horrible abomination.
probably a good
That
place
is what
to
I
end
do
it
with my
too.
turn.
Monster.
The assassination of the helmsman.
Keep going in the battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 9:30. Shame we
Yeah,
couldn't
I'm
wrap it
feeling
up,
it.
but yeah, it's 9:30.
I am paralyzed. Lovely. Cool. There. Awesome.
Don't worry, I've disabled their
Alright.
ship.